All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we got a little battle on our hands here. Can you tell? One of you is a Micro Four loser-sized person in your abilities to cope with life. The other, a big boy, has a professional job, a wife, a dog, picket fence maybe. Which one is it? Let me just give it away. There it is. Yeah. Wow. My God. Oh God. So we got the Sony A7S III with the 20mm Tony 1.8 on your right. Then we got the GH5s with the Voigtlander 10.5mm Tony less than 1/10 of a 1 Tony on your left. I tell ya, Panasonic is the full frame of the micro loser colony. They punch above their weight because they got the giant pixels. What a great decision that was. If you put IBIS in here, you might have had something, but you don't, so I'm throwing it out. But the Sony also has giant pixels, and then their sensor's 4 times the size, so the pixels are 4 times the size, and the autofocus just never loses you. It never does. I just did a vlog, if you haven't seen it. My God. Never lost me once, and I was turning around doing monkey shit. I dunked on LeBron. Actually, that wasn't in focus 1 second of that whole thing. Not. I was seeing if the slow motion would catch. No, it does not. You gotta go in first, and then maybe. But I'll tell you, first impressions, that stabilization's pretty good. It was pretty good for a full frame camera. It's better than the S1. It's good enough. It's natural looking. I ain't hating it. It's less wobbly than a Panasonic Micro Loser. I ain't joking. It's worse. This on a G9, this lens, wavy. Like, oh, don't use that. This one, fine, no problem. So we're just sitting at my desk here with window light, and I just wanted to see the look. It should be very similar. This is basically, with the GH5s 1.8 crop ruins my life. This is a 19mm Tony 1.7 versus the Sony's 20mm 1.8. It's so close. It really is close. That should have more background blur on the Micro Loser. The shot looks very different. What the hell is happening? I think the compression is very different. I don't understand it fully, but you know how they say you have a 25mm lens on the Panasonic, and then that's a 50mm equivalent, but the compression is clearly different. Look at the mirror. That mirror is stretched and closer, and this one's farther. Nothing makes sense here. Someone explain it. Gerald Undone, where are you? Where are you? Help us. My only real complaint with the Sony so far is that stupid dial. I can't believe you can't unlock it and just turn it, and you have to hold it. It's so awkward. That's almost a deal breaker for me. I can't believe they did that. It's basically a perfect camera, and you got that. I have to put up with that. Sticking my finger in there. My mom told me not to stick it in there when I was 6. So basically the reason I want to test these two cameras is the GH5s possibly better in low light? I doubt it, but we got an advantage with the lens. I ain't gonna stop down. We got Tony 0.95 low light master over here. Let's go to the bathroom. I need a better low light cavern. Alright, we're in the bedroom. Gotta say, Sony has a strange thing. When you turn the screen on, it's mirrored and then it flips every time. So when it goes idle, it turns black, then it'll turn on, it'll flip, and then go back to normal. So now it's good. I'm moving the proper way. That's a piece of shit. I'm surprised at how different these look. Just the perspective change. I look thicker and bigger there. That's weird. I don't know what I'm doing. I forgot, I gotta change to manual mode. Okay, so we're both in 4K 24p, 1/50th of a shutter, 1.8 here, 0.95 there, 3200 ISO each. Is there any noise anywhere up there in that region? So let's just go up quite a bit. Okay, now we're at 6400 each. People use this ISO. People want to use this much when they're filming in the dark for some reason. We're both at 2800 kelvins for the white balance. They look different though. Sony looks a lot oranger. Why? But does anybody have the advantage right now with those shadows? Or color shifts? Anything shifting? Okay, 12,800 for each. I had to shift the shutter to 100 on the GH5s because I saw zebras, whereas I didn't see them here. So I'm just assuming we're still good over here. Dynamic range possibly increased, doesn't clip. Probably has nothing to do with anything. How's the autofocus? Wow. 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 Is either image unusable at this point? 12,800. That's pretty ridiculous. I might have to turn that light off soon. Let's bump it up. Okay, 25,600 each. And again, we're at 1/60th on the GH5s, but I haven't had to change it here. I'm not seeing zebras, and they are on. I just went up super high and they came. They're both 95%, so that's strange. I don't understand it. Is my hair red now? It looks a little... Colors are getting weird over here. GH5s winning. Green walls, that's not good. Red walls and green walls. Neither's, they're gray, so that's, we're both losing here. This is actually the max that the GH5s can do? What kind of bullshit is that? Sony was just getting warmed up. Oh man, what kind of shit? What happens if we turn the light off? Huh? Sony looks a lot better. Oh boy. And since that's your max, 64,000, 80, 102,000. That's fantastic. It's pitch black. There's no lights. Oh. 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 200,000. That's fantastic. Oh. Autofocus gets a little slower. That's unfortunate. I don't mind that. Who needs autofocus? It's still eye tracking though. Oh, you're just showing off now. This is bullshit, Sony. Still doesn't clip in the zebras. I think that's the max, 409,000. What are you doing over there, GH? What are you doing there? Autofocus? Is this proving anything to anybody? So now, who wins in this casual situation where there's just window light, sitting on a couch here, chilling? This has been so good for this. It beats my Fuji. In this, I usually stop it down to 1.4. Auto ISO, very easy. I look very red. There I don't. So different. Why? We've been in S-Log 3 the whole time for the Sony. We're in XAVC SI 4K, which is 240 megabits per second, 10-bit 422. And over here, 150 megabits per second, that's all I know. I'm not sure if Sony and Panasonic had a boardroom meeting to discuss who's better in today's world, but if they did, I'd like to hear it. Oh, hey little guy, what's that inside? You got micro for losers? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Still, you smell good. Thank you. I do smell good because I'm a human boy and you lack soul. I have character. I do the Panasonic type stuff that you lack. What is it that you do that I don't? I'm sorry, I must have missed the memo. What can you name the feature? Because I'll write it down. I was the first to do 10-bit. He who does it first does it best. You just copied me. But there's a lot of stuff you can't do that I can do. Lot. I do 4K 120 frames per second in 10-bit 422 with stabilization. Do you have anything even remotely close to that? I do 4K 60p with a crop. It's actually more like a 1-inch sensor then, but we have Panasonic colors. Is that a good thing? I'm not seeing it. I have 240 frames per second in HD. Do you have that? I do actually. I matched you. There's a little crop on it. You do have to manual focus. There's a lot of moire in it. Well, at least you're lightweight. Or are you? Oh wow. Well, you're cheaper. So The village people will like you. I hope your village burns. Alright, final little test here. I just wanted to see the dynamic range. We got the window. We're slightly clipping on the Sony, but it's choosing to do it in auto ISO. And we have a tiny light resting on tomatoes in the background. That don't look right. Panny boy, that just don't look right. It looks like I have heart disease and I'm in a dungeon ready to kill somebody. What is this? Sony's oh my god. Oh, what have you done, Sony? You've killed my channel. You killed it in one foul swoop. One foul swoop. That's how you say it. Although I will say this. We're at 80% battery life on the Sony. Panasonic doesn't show the percentage, but it looks like it's full. That's weird. I managed to film 2 videos today and it was just down 50%. Then I recharged it. I don't know. I don't know that it's the same magic that the A7 III had with this same battery. It's got a lot more juice in the trunk, and it's a lot harder to keep up with. Why do I keep moving? Sorry, Panasonic. I know you can't do that. Why do I look like I'm red? So next test, I'll probably compare it to the Fuji, and then we'll do outside as well, compare the stabilization, autofocus, all that stuff with the 2 kit lenses, so we can match them there, and as well as this lens versus the Samyang 12mm Tony 2 should be a similar in the way that this was similar and is nowhere near it. Oh, compression is real. So it's true. A 10.5mm lens has a 10.5mm compression factor. It will never be equivalent to a 20, no matter who's talking to it. So I'm gonna leave. I should have probably tested another picture profile. Been logged the whole time indoors. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Here's picture profile off, and this is Cine D on the Panasonic. I can't match them. They look so different, but that's all clipping. And we have some. It doesn't look very good. 640, oh, go down. That's weird, it's clipping around. What the hell is that? The lamp? Why around? I've never seen the zebras so selective, only along that line, but not the whole window. That's weird. Oh god. I'm just gonna leave. Thanks for buying it. Conspiracies, dear. Grab money, I seen it.